Now we get back underway with our penultimate junior Rotax Heats of Heat Stay here at Paul Fletcher International. It's race now 19, and it's going to be Heat 5 Groups A versus D. Here is your starting grid. Kenzo Craigie lines up on pole position. Alongside him will be Belgium's Matteo Radenkovic. Alberto Kiko Fracassi from Italy will have the UK's Lucas Blanford alongside him on row 2. Harrison Whitcomb and Timo Jungling, row 3. Jacob Woods and Germany's Sebastian Koch ran at row 4, with Belgium's Boluet and Latvia's Tom Strehler rounding out the top 10. Thomas Behrmann and Christian Stefanov ran at row 6, ahead of row 7, which comprises of Cameron Nelson and also Jack Baker. Oliver Majewski and Sky Parker ran at row 8. Zain El Homosani and Matthias Yellerup ran at row number 9, completing the 22-21 strong grid. It's Signipes, Oren Ball, Thomas Rudokas, and Trinidad and Tobago's Naomi Garcia. The drivers now go onto their official formation lap ahead of 7 minutes plus 1 lap of racing here at this 1,382 metre circuit. The current layout has been in use since 2011, when it was extended to include the Litchfield Bridge and thereby met current CIK FIA regulations. So the drivers weaving from side to side down the run from the second of the 2 hairpins to the Fullerton S's. And then the drivers will start to slow to a crawl. And Craigie and Radenkovic are in formation, controlling the pace, with the likes of Alberto Kiko Fracassi and Lucas Blanford just behind on row number 2. They've just gone over the line where they should be in their grid positions, as they are now in the Mike Wilson complex. 7 minutes on the timer. Red lights on the gantry for the penultimate junior Rotax Heat of Heat Stay here in the Lincolnshire countryside. The revs rise, they split, they go into the tram lines. Are we ready? Are we steady? Lights are out, first time we're underway. Good start by Kenzo Craigie, and Alberto Kiko Fracassi straight away shoots past Matteo Radenkovic on the run down to the Bruno Ferrari S's. Oh, we've had an incident at the top of the banking. Looks like one of the KR Sport cars has gone exit stage right. Might have been Thomas Behrmann or possibly Oliver Majewski or, well, Sky Parker. So someone's got a Nassau panel that's up in the air. And that cart is going to be very quickly called in for a mechanical black flag. And the driver with the askew Nassau panel is Christian Stefanov in the 211. And also, well, the 203 of Jacob Woods has just received a mechanical black flag as the leaders make their way across the line to complete lap number 1, while Kenzo Craigie is away in clear. His lead now is just under 9/10 of a second, as Matteo Radenkovic and Alberto Kiko Fracassi go into battle. Lucas Blanford finds himself around 5th or 6th position. Might have just been passed by Timo Jungling in the 265. As the drivers make their way down towards the opening hairpin. Fracassi and Radenkovic line astern. Just behind them looks to be Harrison Whitcomb, who's looking up the inside of Radenkovic into the second hairpin, makes the move through. That opens the floodgates, and then Timo Jungling could be alongside into the Fullerton S's. He's gotten ahead. And so is Radenkovic. So has, also more than likely, one of the other drivers could be possibly Boluet. I'm just, the sun is quite low lying at the moment as we're fast approaching 5 o'clock UK time. Craigie leads. Second, Fracassi. Third, Jungling. Radenkovic has got Whitcomb right on his rear bumper, going through the Bruno Ferrari S's. Blanford, Loet, Stella, Sebastian Koch and Sky Parker rounds out the top 10. Christian Stefanov has just been given the mechanical black flag. Changes for position over the Litchfield Bridge. Two abreast a little bit further back. Zainal Homosani Ozul. There's been a little bit of a moment going through into the opening hairpin. Just outside of the top 10. Harrison Whitcomb has got someone alongside for close company. Could be Mateo Denkovic. As Craigie has cleared away into the distance. Squabble going through into Bobby Game corner. 4, 5, maybe 6 carts embroiled in all of that. And that is from 5th position backwards, which will be led by Harrison Whitcomb. And he's the one leading the freight train. Radenkovic down to 5th. Whitcomb 4th. Louette up to 6th place at the minute. Blanford down to 7th on the Sodi Vitesse 267 entry. As Matthias Jellerup has just made a move. That looks to be on Naomi Garcia from Trinidad and Tobago. The first time we've had a representative from that nation compete in the Euro Trophy. Oh, bit sideways under braking from Boulouette. Tail end going towards the left-hand side under the heavy braking zone into the opening hairpin. Blanford defending. It's got the likes of quite a few drivers just behind him. Sebastian Koch, Jack Baker, Sky Parker now 11th. As Alberto Kiko Fracassi has got Timo Jungling quickly closing in. Kenzo Craigie with just over 3 minutes on the timing to go, plus an additional lap. Last time around had nearly a 1.2 second advantage. That gap is now stabilising at 1.1 seconds. Jungling's just put in the fastest lap. He's in P3, 58.204 seconds from the youngster based out of London. Squabbling up and down the order. Blanford looks like he's got someone up his inside. Could be Sky Parker through onto the Lichfield Bridge. Does the young lady from Trarlogan in Wales get through on the 267? Not quite. Just a little bit further behind at the minute. So it could be an exchange between Lucas Blanford and Tom Strehler. So the UK plays Latvia on that one. So heading into the final 2 minutes and 20 seconds. Jack Baker running with Team Evolution. Sitting in 7th position at the minute. Might make that 6 because it looks like Boulouette is just behind him. Well, Jack Baker is behind Boulouette. It's Sebastian Koch that he's ahead of at the moment. As Timo Jungling trying to close on in. Thomas Behrman now puts in the fastest lap of the race, 57.996. Behrman currently sitting in 13th. Bit of a recovery drive from the youngster from Chelmsford. Now there has been a change for second. Jungling past Fracassi for P2 through the first of the 2 hairpins. A bit further back, Lucas Blanford has got Sebastian Koch briefly to the outside. And Blanford holds the position. So Jack Baker doing a very, very good job with regards to such close competition here in Junior Rotax. The leaders making their way across the line. Kenzo Craigie now 1.4 seconds ahead of Timo Jungling. As we head into the last 60 seconds, there's Jungling just in front of Fracassi as they make their way in towards turn number 4, go down the dip towards the first hairpin. And now a change has occurred a little bit further back. Mateo Denkovic has just been repassed by Harrison Whitcomb. That's for 4th place on the road. Boulouette is a bit on his lonesome in the minute, just behind, but Jungling and Fracassi, Linestone going through into Bobby Game corner. As we head into the final 20 seconds of the race, so next time around, well, this time around, it will be the penultimate lap that Kenzo Craigie will be starting. His lead, 1.4 seconds after 6 laps. Now lap 7, that gap is now 1.5 seconds. Mateo Denkovic in 5th is starting to get on with some fastest laps. Now he's looking up the inside of Harrison Whitcomb and gets through at the exit of the Bruno Ferrari S's as the 296 from Belgium. Timer has expired. Next time around, we will have the final lap of this race. And Fracassi manages to get back through on Youngling. Timer has now officially expired. One more lap to go, just over around 1,600 metres for Kenzo Craigie to consolidate what's been a very, very good run in the office. Took pole position yesterday. Kind of reminds me when he came over to karting Genk for the very first time as a Micromax driver and took pole position, which even surprises Dad Paul. And I know, Paul, you're here. Youngling dueling now with Fracassi. Gap now 1.9 seconds. Oh, that's a switchback and a half. A great noble attempt there by Timo Youngling, but Alberto Kiko Fracassi was able to anticipate it and kept the door firmly shut. Mateo Radenkovic and Harrison Whitcomb getting very, very close indeed through into the first hairpin. And Radenkovic holds his position at the moment. Might have Boluet. Oh, Youngling over the top on the left-hand side of Alberto Kiko Fracassi coming out of the second hairpin. Not too sure if that's caused an issue with the chassis there for Timo Youngling, but Kenzo Craigie will come out of the final corner. The 2:44 from Argenti Motorsport has really put himself in the running for tomorrow's finals day as he takes the win by a country mile, 3 seconds ahead of Timo Youngling. Alberto Kiko Fracassi, Mateo Radenkovic, Harrison Whitcomb, Boluet, Jack Baker, Tom Strehler, Lucas Blanford and Thomas Behrman round out the top 10 after that race. Sebastian Koch finishes in 11th ahead of Sky Parker. Signapes Onbol, Cameron Nelson, Thomas Rudokas, they complete the top 15. Ahead of the UAE's Zain El Homosani, Matthias Yellerup, Oliver Majeski, Naomi Garcia dropping down to 19th. Not too sure if the young lady racer has managed to get across the stripe, but might have ended up 19th. Christian Stefanov out on lap 2. Mechanical black flag, and Jacob Woods also out on lap 1. Stefanov with a very askew and very loose Nassau panel.